we all know that as a country with a large population and a strategic geopolitical location, Indonesia plays a crucial role in global health diplomacy. And with the rise of communicable and non-communicable diseases and the challenges we face during the COVID-19 pandemic, it is obvious that Indonesia needs to strengthen its health system through international collaboration. We recognize there is a gap in structured trainings for global health diplomacy in Indonesia, and it is reasonable enough that we, the Indonesia One Health University, or CHAM, of the Faculty of Public Health Universitas Indonesia, launched our first global health diplomacy training, which aims to develop skills in health negotiation, international law, and cross-sectoral
communication. Good morning, distinguished speakers. Dr. Agustin Sumayati, the Secretary of the University of Indonesia, Bapak Chandra Negara from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, guests and participants. I can see some familiar faces here, and also participants from Badan POM. Oh, Badan POM is over here. Over there. Okay. It is an immense pleasure for me as the head of P2KSN at the Ministry of Health to welcome all of you to the Global Health Leadership Diplomacy Training 2024. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like again to take this opportunity to thank all our partners, speakers, and trainers who have contributed to making this event a reality. Your support and expertise are invaluable to the success of this program and the development of our participants. To all the participants, I urge you to approach this training with an open mind and willingness to learn. Embrace the challenges, engage in meaningful discussions, and build lasting relationships that will support your professional journey. So in closing, I want to emphasize that the knowledge and skills you acquire over the next few days will extend far beyond this training. So as we embark on this journey together, let us reaffirm your commitment to advancing Indonesia's leadership in global health and ensuring that we will contribute to a healthier, more equitable world for all. Thank you, and I wish you all a fruitful and inspiring training experience. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning for all of you. Honorable Ms. Ibu Dwi Melani, SKMMKM, the head of the Center for Competency Development for Civil 7, Ministry of Health, Republik Indonesia. Honorable Bapak Kartika Chandra Negara, the representative from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I learned that previously you are our ambassador in Dubai. Is it right? Consul General in Dubai. Sorry for that. And Honorable Bapak Bonanza Perwira Tahitu, the head of the Center for Global Health Policy and Health Technology, Ministry of Health, Republic of Indonesia. My dear colleague, Dr. Fetty Yulianti, the head of the Center for Health Administration and Policy, Faculty of Public Health, University of Indonesia, and all colleagues from this center who are the managers of this event. Distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, especially the participants of this training. We really hope that after joining this training, you will have a new knowledge, a new experience, and will be inspired how we can play our roles in developing global partnership and getting support from our global environment to develop health for all people in the world, includes also in our country, Indonesia. Special thanks go to my colleagues from the Center for Health Administration and Policy Studies, Ibu Fetty, and all the crew. Thank you so much for the hard work to prepare this training. I hope the training will go smoothly, make all the participants happy and really enjoy the training. Ladies and gentlemen, by saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I now declare that the training officially open. I hope you have a fruitful virtual training, and may God always bless us, have you all a good days for several days. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, maybe let me talk a little bit about the history, why we create this kind of training on global health leadership and diplomacy. Actually, it is started from our discussion among Ibu Dwi and all the staff, Pak Syaif, Ian, Bu Dini, and also with Pak Bona, and the staff, and us, CHANS, Faculty of Public Health, Universitas Indonesia, because we learned so much about our pandemic situation that we've been going through before, right? It really teaches us about the urgency to have the capability, the capacity to educate, to negotiate, and it's representing the country of Indonesia.
We have a very competent trainer for this session. May we have the bio, please? His career in diplomacy has started back in 1995, and he is currently the Consul General, Republic of Indonesia, Dubai, United Arab Emirates for 2020 to 2024. And previously, he was Director for Foreign Relations at the Indonesian Agency for Creative Economy in 2018 to 2019, and Director for Interinstitutional Relations at the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy in 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Kartika Chandranegara, SS MPR.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to you all, dear participants. Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan, salam sehat. Kenapa nggak ada salam Kementerian Luar Negeri gitu ya? Salam sehat. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, first let me introduce myself. My name is Chandranegara, Kartika Chandranegara. You can just call me Chandra. I'm a senior diplomat at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia. I'm an advisor to the Director of the Trade, Industry, Commodity and Intellectual Property. There's one directorate at the Directorate General for Multilateral Affairs, who has taken the first level of this training, because we are now in the intermediate. Any one of you who has taken the first level, the introduction level? Why it is important? So you have to learn it. We have to do it in the first day of our training. Anyone can have the question? Can answer that question? What is etiquette? Can we go next? Etiquette is a system of rules and conventions that regulate social and professional behavior.
Thank you, sir. Because I don't really understand how a diplomat should wear or what kind of attire should dress up or
I saw you.
what kind of attire that we should wear.
I saw you with your blazer.
Yes.
I saw you put on your black shoes, right?
Yes.
I saw you. you have dressed up as a proper diplomat.
Oh, thank you, sir. Okay, thank you for the acknowledgement, sir.
You're most welcome. Sometimes people ignore us. They use this sign to call others someone that doesn't know, right? Excuse me. In America, that's normal, but not in other countries, right? Now, sometimes, have you visited China? Beijing, Guangzhou? Have you been in an elevator with Chinese? I don't want to be racist here, but I'm talking about the location. I was in a mall a couple of days ago with my kids. I have a just graduated daughter. And then we were approached by a guy with a tattoo here in his chest. Opened the chest, rolled his sleeve, and then approached us and then, sir, excuse me, can I have 1 minute of you? We'd like to have a survey. We are students from so university. And then I just said, yeah, no. It's just normal. No. Automatically no. Yes, sir, but just 1 minute, 30 seconds. No. How could you approach someone? How could you meet someone new? How could you introduce someone as a diplomat from Indonesia if you don't dress up like a proper Indonesian diplomat? But that's what we have to do. That's why we have to look directly into their eyes to give the impression of professionalism, confidence, and that's the face of the country of Indonesia. Okay, I thank you again. It's come to the conclusion of my session. Again, I thank you very much for your attention. I thank you very much to Ibu Fetty, Pak Bonanza, Bu Dwi, and Bu Agustin for having me. I really enjoyed the talk and enjoyed the dialogue. But again, if there is anything that I can do to give you more insight on etiquette, please don't hesitate to approach me and then talk to me and ask. If I have the answer, I'll give you the answer. If not, let's find it. Okay. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Santi Santi Santio.
Banyak Bu Dwi, ini pakai bahasa Inggris ya? Tidak. So thank you very much Bu Dwi, colleagues. This is a good opportunity for us to step back and make some review of what we have done for the past, at least during your tenure of office at the Ministry of Health. But before I do some further explanations on the primary brief, I would like to recognize my senior Pak Chandra, Kartika Chandra Negara, whom during my tenure of study at the university, he is one of my mentors because he thinks out of the box. He's a journalist, Kontan, if you remember, those who were the same age like us. Tempo, first Tempo, then Kontan. Tempo. Okay. So health has been part and parcel of the foreign policy tools of the United States. Beside defense and development, and health becoming more and more part of the attentions of the foreign policy and diplomacy of the United States, because of the growing influence of the United States and the necessity to address the global challenges. 2005, if you follow the Millennium Development Goals, there were some actions related or goals related to health. And there were also period of time in which HIV/AIDS became one of the most challenges in the history of our human being. And US came in the forefront of addressing the HIV/AIDS during that time.
Jadi terima kasih teman-teman atas kesempatan, atas waktu yang teman-teman luangkan untuk bisa ikut di sini. Dan terima kasih Bu Dwi dan juga teman-teman penyelenggara yang bisa menaikkan, kita harapkan menaikkan skills kita dalam global health and diplomacy. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
First, before that, I would like to read some of her bio, just part of it, because there's a lot that she has achieved. So, our next speaker, who is a Japanese national and is a deputy head of the WHO country office in Indonesia in 2023, she has over 20 years of experience in health systems across Asia and the Pacific and has been an active member of the UN community in various countries. And our next speaker earned her MA in International Economics and Development Studies from Sophia University and a PhD in Health Science and Global Health from the University of Tokyo. Please welcome the Deputy Representative WHO Country Office for Indonesia, Dr. Momo Teguchi.
Thank you very much again, Dr. Betty and colleagues of JAMP, University of Indonesia, for giving us the opportunity. Today, our representative, Dr. Parani, has a little bit urgent task, so I'm very honored to take up this role to talk about global health governance. So just starting about the UN, so this is the headquarters in New York, UN headquarters. We just finished the General Assembly in Fitch. We had like very high level meeting. Usually the General Assembly has a few items of high level meeting. I guess this year we had the one on antimicrobial resistance, so someone may have seen the news.
Everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm so pleased and honored to be here among all the colleagues. Some I already familiar with, and I believe that so many of you that will be what global health diplomacy agent or global health diplomats from the Ministry of Health, I've heard, and also from the Badan POM. So thank you for having me here. And when I first contacted by the organizer, asked me to speak on the public office.
I would like to introduce our next speaker, who is the Director for ASEAN Socio-Cultural Cooperation at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia. In her role, she is responsible for formulating, implementing, and coordinating policies related to foreign relations and international cooperations within the ASEAN Socio-Cultural Pillar. She also oversees the management of international cooperation policies in line with the ASEAN Community's goals under the Socio-Cultural Pillar. Please welcome Ibu Yuliana Brahan.
Today, your awesomeness. Okay, thank you. Right, so the idea here for me here is not because I know more, not necessarily, but the idea is to share what we have come to learn after years of joining foreign service. And as we know that with the current trend in the international and global diplomacy, diplomacy is no longer the sport of the kings. Diplomacy is no longer the sport of the diplomats. Each one of us, as long as we are representing the interests of our country abroad or in any multilateral or regional setting, then we are a diplomat. At least for our
As we speak, 5 to 10 health workers in conflict-affected countries die. But of course, this is not the saying. This is not just making up stories, but this is supported by evidence. This is supported by statistics. So by making that argument in that paragraph, in a certain paragraph in that draft resolution reflected the interest or the importance of ensuring the security and safety of health workers in conflict situations as well.
Diplomat itu you have to hold the diplomatic passport, right? Tapi a negotiator. Jadi what I want to convey ke Bapak Ibu sekalian gimana caranya menjadi negosiator dulu, right? Dan saya minta kalau nggak setuju, protes. Kalau misalnya mau ini tanya nggak ngerti tengah jalan, you can use English, you can use bahasa Indonesia. I rather have the substance through rather than you don't understand what I'm trying to say. So saya siap dikritik, saya siap di debat, monggo potong saya di jalan, oke? Karena saya ada klik-klik ini, saya harus paksa saya cepat aja. Tapi the first thing that I want to do is to change your mindset, to change the way you are thinking. Kalau Anda di luar negeri, Anda bukan pegawai negeri, Anda adalah wakil Republik Indonesia. Camkan itu. Kami di Deplu memang sudah kebiasaan, kita memang pangkat kita aja 3 jenis pangkat. Pangkat pegawai negeri, pangkat diplomasi, diplomat yang di luar negeri itu konsuler, ambassador segala macam, tapi ada juga pangkat jabatan kita yang khusus untuk kita Kemlu. Jadi memang kadang-kadang bingungnya juga penggajiannya bingung, segalanya bingung, emang Deplu emang kisruh. So I'm telling you like it is. Alright, this is what I'm trying to talk about. Where are we in the changing world? The facts, prevailing condition, what kind of global competency are needed? How do you want to reinvent yourself? Right? Changing mindset, critical thinking, communication skill, and lastly, negotiating skill. Kenapa saya come up with all these things before going to the communication and negotiating skills? I want you to know what is the condition in the world now. Anyone, siapa yang bisa kasih tahu kira-kira apa sih yang dihadapi sekarang ini sebagai negosiator? Kita diajarin di sekolah diplomat itu, what we're fighting, kita di sana bukan diplomatnya Kemlu, kita diplomat Republik Indonesia. Yang kita perjuangkan adalah kepentingan Indonesia. Ibu kalau ke luar negeri, kepentingan nasional Indonesia, which is what? Kepentingan siapa? Iya, 279 juta plus rakyat.
Saya memberikan gambaran itu sebagai pegangan supaya rekan-rekan tahu kalau ditugaskan atau melakukan kegiatan berdiplomasi, pegangannya 2 itu aja. Kebijakan domestik dalam negeri yang tidak bisa kita selesaikan di dalam negeri, maka kita juga capai melalui hubungan dengan negara-negara sahabat. Intinya itu. Nah sekarang silahkan dibongkar kebijakan dalam negerinya di bidang kesehatan apa. Tadi sudah ada Indonesia Emas, itu besarannya. Lantas kita turun ke bawah. Pertama, kita paham bahwa pandemi COVID-19 telah mengguncang kita semua ya. Pandemi COVID-19 itu unprecedented, tidak diduga, tidak ada satupun negara yang menduga, kita semua kaget. Dan ada silver lining dari pandemi COVID-19, yaitu pandemi COVID-19 menunjukkan bahwa ternyata kekuatan ketahanan nasional kita sangat lemah. Dan negara-negara berkembang juga lemah. Negara maju juga kaget, semuanya kaget. Tapi yang paling baik menurut saya, silver lining dari pandemi ini adalah kita ditunjukkan bahwa kekuatan kesehatan nasional kita begitu lemahnya. Semuanya di bidang kesehatan dan di Badan POM kan ya, di institusi yang menangani isu kesehatan. Jadi semuanya pasti paham apa yang saya maksud. Pandemic treaty, hambatan utamanya kalau menurut saya kata kuncinya adalah equity. Di situ kata kuncinya. Kemudian turun kemana-mana tuh, mengenai PABS lah, mengenai access and benefit sharing lah dan segala macam, itu kan judulnya equity semua. Jadi kata kuncinya equity, dan equity itu terjadi di semua isu, bukan hanya di isu kesehatan. Dan sejak saya masuk Kementerian Luar Negeri 30 tahun yang lalu, mungkin ada yang belum lahir, itu yang namanya isu transfer teknologi itu selalu ada dan tidak akan pernah terjadi untuk diberikan kepada negara berkembang. Jadi belajar dari situ, maka yang harus kita lakukan adalah sesama negara berkembang harus bekerja sama. Larinya kemana? South-South Cooperation. Larinya kemana? Kalau dulu South-South Cooperation kita champion, kita selalu bicara mengenai Asia Afrika, kerjasama Selatan-Selatan dan seterusnya. Sekarang narasinya diubah menjadi Global South. Tapi sebetulnya isinya sama, memang hanya ada beberapa negara global, negara selatan yang lebih maju dari yang lain, kemudian mencoba memposisikan sebagai pemimpin di kerjasama Selatan-Selatan, yaitu yang sekarang kita narasikan menjadi Global South. Oke, jadi mekanisme hubungan luar negeri atau pelaksanaan politik luar negeri itu dilakukan di 3 mekanisme. Yang pertama bilateral, regional dan multilateral. Bilateral itu adalah ketika kita melakukannya dengan 2 negara. Kalau regional dengan beberapa negara di region, multilateral di tingkat. Saya Penny Herasati, saya Direktur Sosial Budaya dan Organisasi Internasional Negara Berkembang Kementerian Luar Negeri. Terima kasih sekali telah diberi kesempatan untuk berpartisipasi pada program yang menurut saya sangat bagus. Saya senang sekali saya dapat berkontribusi dalam kegiatan ini, dapat berbagi pengalaman. Untuk rekan-rekan peserta, terus gelorakan semangat untuk memperjuangkan kepentingan kita di tingkat nasional, terutama untuk memperkuat ketahanan kesehatan nasional kita, untuk agar di tingkat regional juga kita semakin kuat dan di tingkat internasional semakin kuat dalam menghadapi tantangan kesehatan ke depan. Terima kasih.
My name is Chandra Yuga Ditama. I am a retired person. I am a retired of public health servant, retired of PNS. I'm also a retired of WHO staff. So I receive 2 pensions. I will not tell you which pension is higher, but anyway, that's just a short introduction. I will give the floor to Pak Radit.
Terima kasih Prof. Chandra, and ladies and gentlemen, distinguished delegates, allow me to introduce myself as well. My name is Raditya Kusumaningprang, and I've just returned from Indonesia, from Geneva, actually less than 2 months ago, and over the past 2.5 years back in Geneva, I helped cover the health issues, including WHO, Gavi, and Global Fund. So if any of you may have heard my name or was disturbed late night by my messages, I apologize beforehand, and I hope we can have a bit more fun in the over the next 2 days. I'll try to explain a bit on what the simulation will be, and I know at least 2 of you has attended the pandemic treaty negotiation, so we'll make it more challenging for them. So maybe if I may, Prof, I'd like to explain a bit, perhaps to colleagues around the table on what is the pandemic treaty negotiation. If you can go to the next slide, just to give a bit of a background. Many of you know the statistics, how many people were infected by COVID, what happens during COVID, and then what we did to address those issues. If you go to the next slides, back then there were major problems related to, I think Pak Trian earlier in this morning explained about our efforts in the diplomatic world to gain access to vaccine therapeutics and diagnostics, and ensuring that those distribution were made equal. So before every meeting, what happened is there is usually an organizational meeting where countries will gather and decide who will be leading the process, who would be becoming the chair, who would be becoming the vice chair, and so on and so forth, and then the format of the negotiation. To mimic, as Prof. Chandra explains, the discussion, we will let you decide who will be chairing the process. So in the first meeting, before thinking about what is the issue that we should be supporting or not, or pushing for, or advocating, or blocking, you will have to think whether it is good for your countries to be chairing this process or not. Remember, you're not representing Indonesia, or not all of you are representing Indonesia. You'll be given the particular countries, and then you have to think whether it is good for your particular countries to be chairing this process or not.
Okay, so the block 1 is discussion within your country. So that means representative of the United States, the discussion will be in Washington DC, cabang Kuningan. Isn't it? So the representative of Brazil will be in Sao Paulo or Rio de Janeiro? Rio de Janeiro, cabang Brasilia. Oh ya, no, Brasilia. Saya sama kayak IKN ya. Okay. So that is discussion within the country. So after discussion within the country, then you fly. Next slide. Fly to Geneva.
Cabang Kuningan.
Cabang Kuningan as well. So the other room is the Washington, Sao Paulo, or what other
Beijing,
Paris, Delhi, and then you fly here. So from this one, you are already in the meeting room of the one that Pak Radit showed. So that is one thing I would like to mention. Second thing I forgot. That's problem with the 70 years old lansia.
Halo, nama saya Raditya Kusumaningprang. Menurut saya acara Global Health Leadership and Diplomacy ini keren banget, membangun pengalaman dan membangun kapabilitas para calon pemimpin dan calon diplomat kesehatan Indonesia. Semangat terus dan semoga ilmunya bermanfaat.
Nama saya Chandra Yoga Aditama, saya pensiunan PNS dan pensiunan WHO. Acara-acara Global Health Diplomacy seperti ini sangat bermanfaat untuk kita semua. Untuk kita yang bekerja di kementerian, bahkan untuk masyarakat luas sebenarnya, karena tidak mungkin masalah kesehatan selesai dengan hanya 1-2 negara saja. Jadi perlu ada pendekatan global health, apalagi Indonesia punya peran besar dalam global health diplomasi. Saya ucapkan selamat kepada semua teman-teman, semoga sukses dan semoga acara ini bermanfaat, bukan hanya untuk hari ini, bukan hanya untuk hari depan, bukan hanya untuk saudara-saudara, tapi juga untuk kesehatan Indonesia dan kesehatan dunia.
Today we have our first session of simulation where we have the chair from the WHO as well as the 9 other countries. And now we will continue our simulation at 8:30 AM. So we still have 10 minutes, and in those 10 minutes,
all media from all over the world. Thank you for participating in this morning press meeting. So, my name is Tiara Makasi. I'm very honored to be the chair of the discussion about the draft of the pandemic treaty. And I would like to share with you that yesterday some of our nine member states gathered in the
We, global community, are really looking forward for your discussion on this pandemic convention. And based on the last information that we received from WHO, that this convention will or should be, finalized by WHO next year or hopefully December this year.
The member states are really being enthusiastic also in completing or finalizing this pandemic treaty that will benefit to our people.
Saya Tiara Pakasi dari Kementerian Kesehatan. Saya sangat senang dapat berpartisipasi dalam kegiatan capacity building atau pelatihan tentang Global Health Leadership and Diplomacy selama 3 hari ini, karena di sini kita mendapatkan pencerahan dari para experts dan juga ada praktik dengan melakukan simulasi, bagaimana melakukan negosiasi, bagaimana kita menyampaikan posisi negara kita, dan juga bagaimana kita berkolaborasi serta berinteraksi dengan rekan-rekan yang dalam simulasi ini sebagai peserta dari negara lain. Dan saran saya adalah untuk kedepannya lebih banyak lagi simulasi, mungkin negosiasi informal ataupun juga drafting report dan juga elevator pitch, ada prakteknya, dan maju terus untuk kegiatan ini. Terima kasih.
Saya Handri, saya dari Biro Perencanaan Anggaran Kementerian Kesehatan. Saya ingin menyampaikan ucapan terima kasih sebesar-besarnya pada CMUI yang telah menyelenggarakan acara ini secara baik dan menarik. Saya merasa acara ini memberikan pandangan yang lebih realistik daripada sekedar teori dengan menghadirkan narasumber-narasumber yang memang terjun langsung di bidangnya, dan berdasarkan apa yang sudah kami lakukan dalam 3 hari ini, kami mendapat satu pengalaman baru bagaimana cara bernegosiasi dan berdiplomasi secara baik. Untuk itu kami mengharap bahwa ke depan acara ini bisa dipertahankan dan ditingkatkan lebih baik lagi. Akhirnya kami ucapkan selamat kepada CMUI, semoga acara ini bisa berdampak bagi negara dan bangsa. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Selamat siang, nama saya Krisna Nur Andriana Pangesti dari Direktorat Jenderal Kesehatan Masyarakat, Kementerian Kesehatan Republik Indonesia. Kesan saya mengikuti Global Health Leadership and Diplomacy bahwa memang pelatihan ini adalah pelatihan yang menarik karena pelatihan ini memberikan pengalaman, pelatihan, serta tukar pengalaman dari para expert yang telah mengalami berbagai, menghadiri berbagai pertemuan-pertemuan luar negeri, baik itu bilateral, multilateral, yang menjadikan perwakilan daripada Indonesia di dunia. Pesan saya untuk pelatihan di masa mendatang tentu lebih banyak memberikan informasi serta tukar pengalaman dari para expert sehingga bisa dimanfaatkan oleh kami sebagai pelaku dari negosiasi mewakili daripada Kementerian Kesehatan atau kementerian lain yang berhubungan. Bagi peserta yang ingin atau baru akan mengikuti pelatihan ini, bahwa memanfaatkan pelatihan ini dengan sebaik-baiknya karena merupakan suatu pengalaman yang baik untuk dapat diterapkan di masa mendatang bila menjadi delegasi mewakili Indonesia. Terima kasih.
Our trainers, as well as our committees and CHAMPS Universitas Indonesia, and to our participants. Please give a round of applause for all of us. Yes, my name is Rama Sukarta. I'm very glad to be your MC for the past few days. And that's all for today. Thank you and have a good day.